subscribe and click the notification bell.
Welcome sa Project Matulungan para Matuto. Sa video ito, pag-uusapan natin ang arithmetic sequence. Ano nga ba ang arithmetic sequence? A sequence in which any term is obtained by adding constant to the preceding term is called an arithmetic sequence. Ibig sabihin, ang arithmetic sequence ay mayroong common difference na kung saan ito ay idinadagdag sa preceding term to get the next term. Kung pag-uusapan ang arithmetic sequence, meron tayong formula na susundin upang makatulong mapabilis ang pagkuha ng nawawalang value. At ang formula na ito ay ang a sub n is equal to a sub 1 plus the quantity of n minus 1 times d, na kung saan ang a sub 1, ito ang first term of the sequence, ang n is the nth term of the sequence, a sub n is the last term of the sequence, and d is the common difference. So, paano nga ba natin makukuha ang common difference? Ang common difference ay makukuha natin by subtracting the second term of the sequence minus the first term of the sequence. At doon natin makukuha ang value ng d o ang common difference. So, let us have our example number 1. Find the 18th term of the arithmetic sequence 3, 10, 17, 24. First thing to do is we have to identify the values na kailangan natin sa formula. We have the first term or the a sub 1. So based sa ating sequence na 3, 10, 17, 24, ang ating first term ay 3. Next is the value of the nth term. So since sa given natin, hinahanap natin ang 18th term, therefore, the value of our nth term is 18. Second is the value of the common difference or d. So katulad ng sinabi ko kanina, ang common difference can be obtained by subtracting the second term minus the first term. So ang ating second term ay 10. Minus the first term is 3. Therefore, ang ating common difference ay positive 7. Next value is the a sub n. Ang a sub n natin ay ang hinahanap natin sa ating given. Okay? Therefore, a sub n is unknown. Let us have our solution using the formula of the arithmetic sequence. A sub n is equal to a sub 1 plus n minus 1 times the common difference. We can easily find the value of the 18th term. So let us substitute the values in the equation. So our first term is 3 plus the nth term is 18 minus 1 multiplied by the common difference, which is 7. So therefore, simplify the equation. 3 plus, unahin natin yung nasa loob ng parenthesis, which is 18 minus 1 is 17 times 7. Okay, so following the rule of the MDAS, we have to multiply first 17 times 7. And 17 times 7 is equal to 119. And now, let us add 3 and 19. So 3 plus 119 is equal to 122. Okay, so what is 122? 122, therefore, since the computed value of a sub n is equal to 122, what would be our conclusion? Our conclusion is, hence, the 18th term of the sequence is 122. Moving on to our second example. Determine the term which has the value negative 38 in the arithmetic sequence 7, 4, 1, negative 2. So una natin gagawin, we have to identify first the values na kailangan natin sa ating formula para malaman natin kung ano ang nawawala. So based on the sequence, our a sub 1 or the first term is 7. Our nth term is yun ang ating hinahanap. So nth term is missing. Then the common difference is obtained by subtracting the second term minus the first term, which is 4 minus 7 is equal to negative 3. And our a sub n is negative 38. Based on our values, gagamitin natin ito sa ating formula para makuha natin kung ano ang value ng n na kung saan ito ang hinahanap natin. So using the arithmetic sequence formula, a sub n is equal to a sub 1 plus the quantity of the n minus 1 times d. We have to substitute the value. So a sub n is equal to negative 38 is equal to the first term, which is 7 plus n minus 1 times the common difference of negative 3. Okay, so negative 38 now is equal to 7. So apply natin ang distributive property na kung saan negative 3 times n is negative 3n. Then negative 1 multiplied by negative 3 is positive 3. This time, we have to combine like terms. Okay, so transpose on the other side. So positive 3n. From negative 3n, magiging positive 3n siya because we transpose on the other side is equal to positive 38 plus 7 plus 3. Okay, so next, we have 3n is equal to the sum of 38, 7, and 3 is equal to 48. Now, this time to remove the numerical coefficient of the variable n, we have to divide both sides by 3. Okay, so magiging 3n divided by 3 is equal to 48 divided by 3. Okay, therefore 3 divided by 3 is 1, which is n, is equal to 48 divided by 3 is 16. So the computed value of n is equal to 16. Therefore, our conclusion was negative 38 is the 16th term of the sequence 7, 4, 1, negative 2. For your assessment, try to answer if a sub 1 is equal to 5 and a sub 7 is equal to 17, find the common difference. And the second one, if the 16th term of an arithmetic sequence is 48 and the common difference is 3, find the first term. Sa video ito ay pagpapatuloy natin ang pagbibigay ng iba pang halimbawa ng arithmetic sequence. And we will answer and discuss the assessment na aking ibinigay sa part 1 of this topic. The first problem is if a sub 1 is equal to 5 and a sub 7 is equal to 17, find the common difference. Using the formula of the arithmetic sequence, a sub n is equal to a sub 1 plus the quantity of n minus 1 times d, wherein a sub n is the last term, a sub 1 is the first term, n is the nth term of the sequence, and d is the common difference, we can obtain the common difference na hinahanap natin sa problem. So first thing to do is identify the given. Our a sub n is 17. Our first term is 5. Our nth term is 7 based sa ating given. And the common difference is unknown, na kung saan ito ang ating hinahanap. So let us have our solution. Using the formula, a sub n is equal to a sub 1 plus n minus 1 times d. Let us substitute the values of a sub n, which is 17, the value of a sub 1, which is 5, plus the quantity of the value of n term is 7 minus 1 times d. So wala tayong ilalagay ng value ng d kasi siya ang hinahanap natin sa ating problem. 17 is equal to 5 plus, unahin natin yung nasa loob ng quantity, which is 7 minus 1 is 6, multiplied by the common difference. Next, 17 is equal to 5 plus 6 times d is equal to 6d. Next, combine like terms.
I didn't understand that.
So negative 6d is equal to 5 minus 17. So how it became negative 6d? Because we transpose from the right side the positive 6d to left side of the equal sign, kaya naging negative 6d. Next, let us simplify the given. Negative 6d is equal to 5 minus 17 is negative 12. To remove the numerical coefficient of the variable d on the left side of the equation, we have to divide both sides by negative 6. So negative 6d divided by negative 6 is equal to negative 12. Negative 12 divided by negative 6. So simplify the equation. So negative 6d divided by negative 6 is positive d is equal to negative 12 divided by negative 6 is positive 2. Therefore, our conclusion, the computed common difference is positive 2. Paano naman kung ang hinahanap ay ang a sub 1 o ang first term of the sequence, katulad na lang ng assessment number 2? If the 16th term of an arithmetic sequence is 48 and the common difference is 3, find the first term. So using the formula again, a sub n is equal to a sub 1 plus n minus 1 times d, wherein a sub n is the last term of the sequence, a sub 1 is the first term of the sequence, n is equal to the nth term of the sequence, and d is the common difference. Gagamitin natin ang formula ito para makuha natin ang a sub 1 o ang first term. But before that, we have to identify our given. Our a sub n based sa ating problem ay 48. Ang ating a sub 1 is unknown at ito ang ating hinahanap. Ang n naman natin ay 16 based sa ating problem. At ang ating common difference ay positive 3. Using the formula, we will substitute the values. Our a sub n is 48. The first term is unknown plus the quantity of n, which is 16, minus 1 times the common difference, which is 3. Let us continue. 48 is equal to a sub 1 plus 16 minus 3 is 15 times 3. Next, we have 48 is equal to a sub 1 plus the product of 15 and 3 is equal to 45. Let us combine like terms. So we have 48 minus 45. From positive 45 became negative 45 is equal to a sub 1. So therefore, 48 minus 45 is positive 3 is equal to a sub 1. Based on our computed value of the a sub 1, we can conclude that the first term of the sequence is positive 3. Before I end this video, take a look with our last example. In the arithmetic sequence 8, 5, 2, negative 1, which term is negative 25? Ang tanong naman dito ay kung pang-ilan ang negative 25 sa sequence na 8, 5, 2, negative 1. Let us identify the given sa ating problem. A sub n is our last term, which is ang last term natin based sa given natin ay negative 25. Our first term of the sequence 8, 5, 2, negative 1. 8 is our first term. Second term is 5 or a sub 2. A sub 3 or the third term is 2. Negative 1 is the fourth term or the a sub 4. Nth term, ito yung ating hinahanap. Kasi nga, sabing ganon, pang-ilan ang negative 25. And the common difference is obtained by subtracting the second term, which is 5, minus the first term, which is 8. Therefore, 5 minus 8 is equal to negative 3. Let us use the formula of arithmetic sequence to compute the nth term of the problem. A sub n is equal to a sub 1 plus a quantity of n minus 1 times t. Let us substitute the values on the given sa ating formula. A sub n is equal to negative 25. A sub 1 is 8 plus the quantity of n minus 1 times the common difference, which is negative 3. Negative 25 is equal to 8 plus apply the distributive property n multiplied by negative 3 is negative 3n. Negative 1 multiplied by negative 3 is positive 3. Combine like terms. So negative 25 minus 8 minus 3 is equal to negative 3n. So bakit naging minus 8 at minus 3? Because we transpose from the right side of the equal sign to left side of the equal sign, kaya nagbago yung sign natin. So negative 25 minus 8 minus 3 is equal to negative 36 is equal to negative 3n. So to remove the numerical coefficient of the variable n, we have to divide both sides by negative 3. So negative 36 divided by negative 3 is equal to negative 3n divided by negative 3. So, negative 36 divided by negative 3 is positive 12. And negative 3n divided by negative 3 is n. Therefore, the computed value of n is positive 12. So what would be our conclusion? Hence, negative 25 is the 12th term of the sequence 8, 5, 2, negative 1. Ngayon, pag-uusapan naman natin ang patungkol sa arithmetic series. When we are getting the sum of the indicated terms of an arithmetic sequence, then we are referring to an arithmetic series. Ibig sabihin nito, kung kinukuha natin ang sum ng lahat ng terms sa given sequence, ito ay tumutukoy sa arithmetic series. At ito ang pag-uusapan natin ngayon. The sum of the first n terms of an arithmetic sequence is given by the two formula. So, pwede natin gamitin ang unang formula na nakikita natin sa screen ngayon o kaya naman ang pangalawang formula para makuha natin ang sum ng bawat term sa given sequence. Ang unang formula ay ang S sub n is equal to n all over 2 times the sum of the first term and the last term. O kaya naman, kapag hindi given ang first term o kaya ang last term, ito naman ang gagamitin natin. S sub n is equal to n over 2 times the product of 2 and the first term, which is the a sub 1, plus the quantity of n minus 1 times d, which is a common difference. Wherein a sub 1 is the first term, a sub n is the last term, and d is the common difference. So, napaka-importante ng dalawang formula na ito upang makuha natin ang total o ang sum ng bawat term sa given sequence natin. Again, kapag last term ang given natin at ang first term, automatic, mas madaling gamitin ang unang formula. Ngunit kapag hindi binigay kaagad ang last term of the sequence, mas maiging gamitin natin ang second formula. Take a look with our example number 1. Find the sum of the first 10 terms of the arithmetic sequence 3, 6, 9, and so on and so forth. Kung titignan natin ang sequence, hindi ibinigay kung ano ang last term of the sequence. Pero ibinigay kung ilang terms meron ang sequence natin. So, una natin gagawin, i-identify muna natin kung ano ang first term, ano ang nth term, ano ang common difference, at ano ang last term. So, based sa given sequence natin na 3, 6, 9, ang ating first term ay 3. Ang ating n naman ay 10 dahil binanggit sa given natin na meron 10 terms of the arithmetic sequence. At meron tayong common difference na 3. Paano nangyari ang 3? We have 6. The second term minus the first term is equal to 3. Kaya ang common difference natin ay 3. Now, based sa given nating ito, wala tayong last term, hindi pinakita sa ating sequence. Based sa mag-given natin na a sub 1, which is the first term is 3, ang n natin ay 10, at may common difference tayo na 3, gagamitin natin ang second formula na kung saan S sub n is equal to n over 2 times the product of 2 and the first term plus the quantity of n minus 1 times the common difference. So, hindi natin pwedeng gamitin ang unang formula kasi wala pa tayong last term. Kaya mas maiging gamitin natin ang second formula. Using the formula, S sub n is equal to n over 2 times the product of 2 and the first term plus the quantity of n minus 1 times the common difference. Let us substitute the values of a sub 1, n, and the common difference. So, ang n natin ay 10 all over 2 times the product of 2 and the first term, which is a sub 1, at ang value niya ay 3. Plus the quantity of n minus 1 na kung saan ang value ng n natin ay 10. Minus 1 times the common difference na kung saan ang value ng common difference natin ay 3. Let us simplify this equation. So 10 divided by 2 is 5. 2 times 3 is 6. 10 minus 1 is 9. And bring down positive 3. So applying the rule of PEMDAS, therefore, una nating isa-solve ang multiplication, which is 9 times 3. So 9 times 3 is 27. Therefore, we have S sub n is equal to 5 times the sum of 6 and 27. Unahin natin yung nasa loob ng quantities, which is 6 plus 27. Bakit? Dahil applying the rule of PEMDAS. So 6 plus 27 is 33. So therefore, S sub n is equal to 5 times 33. And get the product of 5 and 33. 5 times 33 is 165. Okay, therefore, what is 165? 165, therefore, the sum of the first 10 terms of the arithmetic sequence 3, 6, 9 is 165. Let us have another example. Find the sum of all multiples of 3 between 5 and 64. Kung titignan natin, ang pangalawang example natin ay naiiba doon sa ating unang example. But then, una natin gagawin sa ating given ay i-illustrate muna natin ang sequence natin. Ano nga ba ang mga terms natin sa sequence na ito? Tandaan, sabing ganon, find the sum of all multiples of 3 between 5 and 64. Pag sinabi nating multiples of 3, ano yung mga numbers between 5 o sa pagitan ng 5 and 64 na nadi-divide ng 3? Exactly, na walang remainder. So yun ang ibig sabihin ng multiples of 3. Dahil may word tayo na between, ibig sabihin ay sa pagitan ng 5 and 64. Ano nga ba yung mga numbers sa pagitan ng 5 and 64 na nidi-divide ng 3 without remainder? So, i-illustrate muna natin yung ating sequence. So, therefore, we have okay, so sa pagitan, ibig sabihin ang 5 and 64, automatic hindi siya kasama sa ating sequence. Maliban sa hindi siya nadi-divide exactly by 3, ay meron tayong keyword na sa pagitan ng 5 and 64. Ano ang susunod sa 5? Ang susunod sa 5 ay 6. Ang 6 ba ay nadi-divide ng 3 without remainder? Yes, nadi-divide siya ng 3 without remainder. Therefore, 6 is our first term. Our second term, ang 7. Ang 7 ba ay nadi-divide ng 3? Hindi. So, ibig sabihin, 7 is not possible. How about 8? 8 divided by 3 is a whole number ba? Okay, hindi pa rin. So, ibig sabihin, ang 8 is not divisible by 3. Therefore, it's not multiples of 3. How about 9? Is 9 can be divided by 3 exactly without remainder? Yes. So, 9 is our next term. Next to 9 is 10. Is 10 ba can be divided by 3 exactly without remainder? No. How about 11? Hindi rin. How about 12? Yes, 12 divided by 3 is equal to 4. Therefore, 12 is our third term or the a sub 3. And hindi na natin siya i-illustrate lahat. Let us identify the last term. Dahil 64 is our last term na binanggit doon sa ating given. And sabing ganon, between 5 and 64, therefore 64 is not possible kasi dapat nasa pagitan lang ng 5 and 64 yung sequence natin. So ibaba natin, 63. Okay? Ang 63 ay nasa pagitan ng 5 and 64. Pero ang tanong, ang 63 ba ay divisible by 3 without remainder? Yes, 63 is exactly divisible by 3. Therefore, ang last term natin ay 63. So, ang illustration ng ating sequence, which is multiples of 3 between 5 and 64, is 6, 9, 12, up to 63. Okay, now, based on our illustration ng ating sequence, let us identify what is the first term. The first term is 6. The last term is 63. The common difference is 9 minus 6 is equal to 3. At napaka-importante sa ating given ang value ng n. Ngunit, hindi binanggit sa given natin ang value ng n. So, anong gagawin natin para makuha ang value ng n? So, therefore, gagamitin natin ang formula ng ating arithmetic sequence na a sub n is equal to a sub 1 plus the quantity of n minus 1 times the common difference para makuha natin yung value ng n. Okay? Bago natin makuha yung sum, kasi napaka-importante na alam natin ang value ng n when we are getting the sum of arithmetic sequence. So, ang value ng a sub n natin ay 63. Ang value ng a sub 1 natin ay 6 plus wala tayong n minus 1 times the common difference which is 3. Okay, so simplify. 63 is equal to 6. Distributive property, n times 3 is equal to 3n. Very good. Negative 1 times 3 is equal to negative 3. Okay, combine like terms. So, 63. Transpose natin ang positive 6, magiging negative 6. Transpose natin ang negative 3, magiging positive 3 is equal to 3n. Simplify. 63 minus 6 is, very good, it's 57 plus 3 is equal to 60 is equal to 3n. So divide both sides by 3 is equal to 3n divided by 3. Therefore, 20 is equal to n. So we now have the value of n, which is 20. Dahil meron na tayong value ng n, mako-compute na natin ang sum ng multiples of 3 between 5 and 64. Okay? So since meron na tayong last term, which is 63, at meron tayong first term na 6, at meron tayong n na 20, therefore, ang gagamitin na nating formula ay ang first formula in finding the sum of the arithmetic sequence, which is s sub n is equal to n over 2 times a sub 1 plus the last term. Para mas madali natin siyang ma-solve, gamitin natin ang unang formula. Okay? So, isubstitute na natin ang mga values. So, ang value ng n ay 20. Very good. We have divided by 2 times ang value ng a sub 1 natin ay 6 plus ang value ng last term natin ay 63. Now, let us continue answering the problem. Okay? So, 20, unahin natin ito, 20 divided by 2 is 10 times 6 plus 63 is equal to 69. Okay? Now, let us multiply 10 to 69. So, 10 times 69 is 690. So, what is 690? Okay? So, 690 therefore, 690 therefore is the sum, our conclusion, the sum of all multiples of 3 between 5 and 64 is 690. Subukan naman natin ngayon kung naunawaan ninyo ang ating lesson through answering the assessment. Answer the following. Number 1, find the sum of the first 8 terms of the arithmetic sequence 5, 7, 9, so on and so forth. Number 2, find the sum of the odd integers from 1 to 50. So gamitin natin ang dalawang formula para masagot ang 2 given problems. Sa video ito, pag-uusapan natin ang arithmetic means. Ano nga ba ang ibig sabihin ng arithmetic means? The term or terms between any two non-consecutive terms of an arithmetic sequence is called arithmetic means. Ibig sabihin, kapag ang nawawala at ang hinahanap ay terms na nasa pagitan ng dalawang numbers, ang tawag dito ay arithmetic means. We have two formulas na maaari natin gamitin to solve the value of the arithmetic means. Una, kapag ang hinahanap ay isang arithmetic lamang, gagamitin natin ang formula na a sub 2 is equal to a sub 1 plus a sub n all over 2, na kung saan ang a sub 1 is the first term, a sub n is the last term, and the a sub 2 is the second term, which is ang value ng arithmetic na ating hinahanap. Katulad na lamang ng ating illustration dito sa ibaba, para mais maintindihan natin kung ano ang ibig sabihin ng arithmetic mean at kung kailan natin gagamitin ang formula na ito. 12 blank 40. Makikita natin sa ating illustration na isa lamang ang hinahanap na number o term sa pagitan ng dalawang non-consecutive terms. At ang halimbawa na ito ang nagpapahaliwanag o nagpapakita na ang hinahanap natin ay isang arithmetic lamang at gagamitin natin ang formula na a sub 2 is equal to a sub 1 plus a sub n all over 2. Pangalawang formula naman, gagamitin natin ito kapag 2 or more arithmetic means ang hinahanap. Ang a sub n is equal to a sub 1 plus n minus 1 times d ay siya ring formula ng ating arithmetic sequence at ito rin ang gagamitin natin kung 2 or more arithmetic means ang hinahanap. Katulad na lamang ng ating illustration na nasa ibaba. 12 blank, comma, blank, comma, blank, comma, 40. So makikita natin sa illustration na tatlo ang nawawalang arithmetic means. Sa pamamagitan ng formula ng arithmetic sequence, ito ang gagamitin natin upang makuha natin ang mga nawawalang arithmetic means sa pagitan ng two non-consecutive terms. Ang a sub n is the last term of the sequence. A sub 1 is the first term of the sequence. N is the nth term of the sequence, and D is the common difference of the sequence. Let us have our first problem using the first formula of an arithmetic means, which is the a sub 2 is equal to a sub 1 plus a sub n all over 2. Find the arithmetic mean of 15 and 71. Upang mas maunawaan natin ang problem number 1, let us illustrate the given example. Since ang arithmetic means ay laging nasa pagitan ng two non-consecutive terms and based on the problem number 1, isa lamang ang arithmetic means na hinahanap natin. Therefore, we have 15, blank, and 71. So 15, blank, 71 is the illustration of the problem. Find the arithmetic mean of 15 and 71. Let us identify the given values na kailangan natin sa ating formula. A sub 1 is the first term of the sequence, which is 15. A sub n is the last term of the sequence, which is 71. Dahil isa lamang arithmetic mean na hinahanap sa pagitan ng 15 and 71, therefore, gagamitin natin ang formula na a sub 2 is equal to a sub 1 plus a sub n all over 2. Let us substitute the values of a sub 1, a sub n na nakuha natin. Therefore, we have a sub 1, which is 15, plus the value of a sub n, which is 71, all over 2. Now, let us get the sum of 15 and 71. 15 plus 71 is equal to 86. All over 2. Now, let us divide 86 by 2. So, 86 divided by 2 is equal to 43. So, ano ang ibig sabihin ng 43? So, therefore, the arithmetic mean between 15 and 71 is 43. Paano naman kapag 2 or more arithmetic means ang hinahanap natin katulad na lamang ng problem number 2? Insert 4 arithmetic means between 9 and 29. Upang mas maunawaan natin ang problem number 2, let us illustrate the given problem. So therefore, we can have 9. At ang ating hinahanap na arithmetic means na 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the last term which is 29. Based on the problem number 1, let us identify the value of a sub 1. A sub 1 is the first term which is 9. N is the nth term of the sequence. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So therefore, there are 6 terms. A sub n is the last term, which is 29. And the common difference is unknown, which is yun ang ating unang hahanapin using the formula a sub n is equal to a sub 1 plus n minus 1 times d. So napaka-importanteng kunin muna natin ang common difference kapag 2 or more arithmetic means ang ating hinahanap. So let us substitute the values sa ating formula. Ang ating a sub n ay 29. is equal to a sub 1 is 9 plus the value of n, which is 6, minus 1 times the common difference, which is d. So therefore, we can have 29 is equal to 9 plus, unahin natin isolve yung nasa quantity, which is 6 minus 1 is 5, times the common difference. 29 is equal to 9 plus 5 times d is 5d. Next, combine like terms. So 29 from positive 9 became negative 9 is equal to 5d. 29 minus 9 is equal to 20 is equal to 5d. So to remove the numerical coefficient of the variable d, we have to divide both sides by positive 5. So therefore, we can have 20 over 5 is equal to 5d over 5. So 20 divided by 5 is 4, and 5d divided by 5 is equal to d. Therefore, our common difference is 4. Napaka-importanting ang value ng common difference kasi gagamitin natin ito para makuha natin ang 4 arithmetic means between 9 and 29. Let us find the values of the 4 arithmetic means between 9 and 29 using the formula of an arithmetic sequence na a sub n is equal to a sub 1 plus the quantity of n minus 1 times d. Since based sa ating illustrative example, ang 4 arithmetic means na hinahanap natin ay pang second term, pang third term, pang fourth term, at pang fifth term. Therefore, we have to find first the value of the second term using the formula. Let us substitute the value of a sub 1, which is 9, plus n, ang pang second term natin, which is 2, minus 1 times the computed common difference, which is 4. Let us simplify. 9 plus 2 minus 1 is positive 1 times 4. And 9 plus 1 times 4 is 4. And the sum of 9 and 4 is equal to 13. So 13 is our second term. Next, let us compute for the value of the third term. Using the formula again of the sequence, let us substitute the value of a sub 1, which is 9, plus n, 3 minus 1, times the computed common difference, which is 4, is equal to 9, plus 3 minus 1 is 2, times 4, is equal to 9, plus 2 times 4 is 8, and the sum of 9 and 8 is equal to 17. So 17 now is the third term. Next, the fourth term of the sequence. A sub 1 is 9 plus n, which is 4 minus 1 times the common difference of 4 is equal to 9 plus 4 minus 1 is 3 times 4 is equal to 9 plus 3 times 4 is equal to 12 and the sum of 9 and 12 is 21. Therefore, 21 is the fourth term. And last is the fifth term. The fifth term of the sequence, a sub 1 is 9 plus 5 minus 1 times the common difference of 4 is equal to 9 plus 5 minus 1 is 4 times 4 is equal to 9 plus 4 times 4 is 16, and the sum of 9 and 16 is 25. 25 is the fifth term of the sequence. Since we have already computed the value of the second term, the third term, the fourth term, and the fifth term, which are the four arithmetic means between 9 and 29, therefore, our conclusion, the four arithmetic means between 9 and 29 are 13, 17, 21, and 25. Naman kapag ang hinahanap ay first term at given na ang arithmetic means, katulad na lamang ng ating problem number 3. The arithmetic means between the first term and fourth term of an arithmetic sequence are 11 and 18. Find the first term. Let us interpret the given problem by illustration. Therefore, we can have the first term, which is yun ang hinahanap natin. 11, 18 are the arithmetic means between first term and the fourth term. The first blank represents the first term. 11 and 18 are the arithmetic means stated on the given problem. And the last blank represents the fourth term of the sequence. Using the values mentioned on the given, we can have a sub 1, which is the missing value, at ito ang ating hinahanap sa ating problem, the first term. Our common difference, let us assume that 18 is the second term and the first term is 11 to get the common difference. So 18 minus 11 is 7. Our last term in the sequence, let us assume that the last term is 18. So bakit hindi na natin consider yung last term? So since ang hinahanap lang naman natin sa problem ay first term, therefore, let us consider only the three terms of the sequence. And the last term is 18. And our n, the n term is 3. Using the formula of an arithmetic sequence, a sub n is equal to a sub 1 plus the quantity of n minus 1 times d, we can find the value of the first term. Let us substitute the values in the formula. Our a sub n, or the last term, is 18. Our a sub 1 is what we are looking for. Then we have the value of n, which is 3 minus 1, and the common difference is 7. So 18 is equal to a sub 1 plus 3 minus 1 is 2 times 7. So 18 is equal to a plus 1 plus 14. Combine like terms, 18 minus 14 is equal to a sub 1. So 18 minus 14 is positive 4 is equal to a sub 1. Thus, the first term of the arithmetic sequence is positive 4. Isa na namang lesson ang matututunan natin dito sa Project Mafulungan para Matuto. Sa video ito, pag-uusapan natin ang geometric sequence. A geometric sequence is a sequence in which each term after the first term is obtained by multiplying the preceding term by a non-zero constant. Ibig sabihin, ang geometric sequence ay isang klase ng sequence na kung saan meron itong non-zero constant o ang tinatawag na common ratio. Ito ang ginagamit nating multiplier sa ating preceding term para makuha ang susunod na term of the sequence. The nth term in a geometric sequence is given by the formula a sub n is equal to a sub 1 times r raised to n minus 1, wherein a sub n is the last term of the geometric sequence, a sub 1 is the first term of the geometric sequence, n is the nth term of the geometric sequence, and r is the common ratio of the geometric sequence. And lagi nating tatandaan na ang first term must not be equal to 0 and the common ratio must not equal to 0. Paano nga ba natin malalaman o makukuha ang common ratio? We can get the common ratio by dividing the second term by the first term. Again, makukuha natin ang common ratio of the geometric sequence once we divide the second term by the first term or its preceding term. Take a look with our example number 1. Determine whether the following sequences illustrate geometric sequence or not. Ibig sabihin, aalamin natin ang tatlong sequences na to kung ito ay nagpapakita ng geometric sequence o hindi. Paano nga ba natin malalaman kung geometric sequence o hindi ang mga sequences na ibinigay? Okay, kung meron silang common ratio ang sequences na ibinigay, ibig sabihin ito ay geometric. Kung wala naman common ratio ang bawat terms of the given sequences, ibig sabihin hindi naman siya ito geometric sequence. Tingnan natin ang example number 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64. So malalaman lang natin kung ito ay geometric sequence o hindi kung aalamin natin ang common ratio nila. So let us have our solution. So ang common ratio natin ay makukuha by dividing the second term by the first term. Okay? Or dividing the second term by its preceding term to get the common ratio. So, ang ating first term, ang a sub 1 natin ay 2, a sub 2 is 4, a sub 3 is 8, a sub 4 is 16, and a sub 5 is 32, and we have the a sub 6 is 64. So, kailangan bawat terms of the sequence ay meron silang common ratio para maklasify natin na ito ay geometric sequence. So, ang a sub 2 natin ay 4. At ang first term natin ay 2. So, 4 divided by 2 is equal to positive 2. Next, let us determine the common ratio of a sub 3 and a sub 2. Next naman is the third term divided by its preceding term, which is a sub 2. So therefore, the value of a sub 3 is 8. Very good. And the value of a sub 2 is 4. So 8 divided by 4 is equal to 2. Another. we have a sub 4 divided by the preceding term, which is a sub 3, and the value of a sub 4 is 16. And a sub 3 is 8. So 16 divided by 8 is equal to 2. Next, we have a sub 5 divided by its preceding term, which is 4. So a sub 5, the value of a sub 5 is 32. And the value of a sub 4 is 16. 32 divided by 16 is equal to 2. And the last, we have a sub 6 divided by its preceding term, which is a sub 5. So the value of a sub 6 is 64. And the value of a sub 5 is 32. 64 divided by 32 is 2. So kung mapapansin natin, lahat ng common ratio ay positive 2. Ibig sabihin, ang conclusion natin dito sa ating sequence na given number 1 na 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, and 64 illustrate geometric sequence. Let us have our number 2 sequence, 3, 9, 12. Let us identify whether this sequence illustrates geometric sequence or not. Para malaman natin ito, kung geometric ito o hindi, kailangan nating kunin ang kanilang ratio. Dapat, they have the common ratio so that we can conclude that the sequence is a geometric sequence. Following the formula in finding the common ratio, a sub 2 is equal to, or common ratio is equal to a sub 2 divided by a sub 1. So, ang value ng a sub 2 natin ay positive 9, correct? Ang value ng a sub 1 natin ay 3. So, 9 divided by 3 is equal to 3. Next, let us identify the ratio of a sub 3 and a sub 2. So, a sub 3, the value of a sub 3 is 12. And a sub 2 is 9. So, when we divide the value of a sub 3 to 9, which is 12 divided by 9 is 4 over 3. So, dito pala makikita natin na magkaiba na kaagad ang ratio ng first term or ng second term at ng first term and the third term and the second term. Therefore, we can now conclude that the second example is not geometric sequence. Last example in determining whether the sequence illustrates a geometric sequence or not. We have 3. The sequence is 1, 4, 9, 16. Let us identify if this sequence illustrates geometric or not. So following the formula in finding the common ratio, which is R is equal to a sub 2 divided by a sub 1. So ano ba ang value ng a sub 2 natin? Ang value ng a sub 2 natin is 4 and the value of a sub 1 is 1. So 4 divided by 1 is equal to 4. Next, let us identify the ratio of the third term and the second term. So the value of the third term is 9. And the value of the second term is 4. So 9 divided by 4 is still 9/4. So dito pala makikita na natin na wala nang pagkakaparehas ang kanilang ratio. Ang ratio ng a sub 2 at ang a sub 1 ay 4, while the ratio of the a sub 3 and the second term is 9/4. Therefore, we can now conclude that the sequence 1, 4, 9, 16 is not geometric sequence.
Don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell